The days are going by and we're not getting any younger. It's time for us to lock in. What's going on with the YouTube? It's your boy, Make the Same, back at it with another sermon for 2025. And today, I want to break down with y'all my word of the year, lock in. Lock in is a very short, but it's a very powerful message. Locking in is so important because in this day and age, we can get distracted so easily on what may seem like it's a good idea, but in all reality, it's distracting us from where we're supposed to be in life. And as you're watching this, you might be asking yourself, hey, yo, Dame, I'm watching your video, but what am I supposed to lock in on, dog? And I'm about to tell you right now. For something to be locked in on, it has to be something that is necessary for transformation and something that is necessary to not be the same. And typically, things like that are going to be things that challenge us to take us from where we are to where we're going to be. For me personally, a few of the areas I need to lock in on is the gym, my daily devotionals, healthy, consistent eating, college, my relationships, and my finances. And while everybody's list is different, those 6 things that I listed for you guys, those are areas that are very challenging to a lot of people. And I know that if I lock in on those 6 areas in my life, it's going to not only challenge me, but it's going to take me from where I currently am to where I want to be in my transformation and in my development. By choosing to lock in, you are choosing to focus on what is necessary to not be the same, while at the same time blocking out from what is distracting you from staying focused. With every good thing that you want to lock in on in 2025, there's always going to be a counterfeit, and that counterfeit is a distraction. So instead of locking in on going to the gym, a counterfeit of the gym could be staying inside and playing video games. While playing video games may be relaxing and relieving for y'all, including myself, but whenever you compare them side by side, playing a video game can actually be a distraction from something that's going to challenge you and transform you in life. Even though it may be good, some things that are good can also become a distraction if you misuse video games and you expand it to where it takes away your time for the gym. That can become a distraction. Healthy, consistent eating can be something to lock in on, while a distraction could be driving into town and getting some fast food. While that may seem like a good idea, and trust me, I love those ideas. Even though, yes, getting fast food can be good, too much of it can be a bad thing. And that idea of it being too much can be a distraction from your healthy, consistent eating. But that's just a few examples from my personal list. Distractions come in all forms. While they all look different, they all are sent from the same person, which is Satan, for the same mission, and that's to keep you from becoming all that God wants you to be. And the thing with distractions is that they're not new. Distractions have been sent from the devil all the way into the beginning of time, all the way into 2025. And while distractions may look nice, they're not nice for your transformation. And while we're talking about distractions, I want to share with you guys the devil's first attack whenever it came to distracting Eve from the garden. I got my phone recording me, so I can't go on the YouVersion Bible app. So that means we in the Bible today. And today I want to read from you guys from Genesis chapter 3. But before we start, let me give you guys a little backstory. So while God was creating his first creations, the first humans that he made were Adam and Eve. And Adam and Eve were placed in the Garden of Eden. And in the Garden of Eden, you had fruits from this tree, fruits from that tree over there, tree in the back, all the way to the tree down the road. There are so many trees and so many fruits that God gave for Adam and Eve to enjoy. But the one and only rule that God gave them was to not eat from this one specific tree. And in this one specific tree, this is where the devil distracted them. We're going to start at verse 1, and we're going to go all the way down. So in Genesis chapter 3, it says, "The serpent was the shrewdest of all the wild animals the Lord God had made. One day he asked the woman, which is the devil, 'Did God really say you must not eat from any of the trees in the garden?' And Eve replies, 'Of course, we may eat fruit from the trees in the garden. It's only the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden that we are not allowed to eat. God said, you must not eat it or even touch it. If you do, you will die.' And then the devil comes in to distract Eve from what God told her, says, 'You won't die.' The serpent replied, 'God knows that your eyes will be opened as soon as you eat it, and you will be like God, knowing both good and evil.'" So in this specific verse, this is the enemy's first distraction that he made on this world. He gave this distraction to Eve not only manipulating her, but lying to her, telling her what would happen if she were to eat this fruit from this tree, even though God told her not to do it. And then it continues to say in verse 6, the woman was convinced. She saw that the tree was beautiful and its fruit looked delicious, and she wanted the wisdom it would give her. So she took some of the fruit and ate it. It says here that the tree was beautiful and the fruit looked delicious, and she wanted the wisdom it would give her. So, first of all, Eve wanted wisdom from this tree. This wisdom that would be given to her is a lie that the snake used to make her want to eat the fruit from the tree. But before that happened, it says that the tree was beautiful and the fruit looked delicious. So, in other words, it looked appealing to Eve to actually want to eat it. If we go back from my example that I gave from healthy, consistent eating to eating fast food, a lot of us will agree that getting that fast food and food in general that's not healthy for us, a lot of that can look beautiful and look delicious, just like how Eve described this tree. The enemy was able to manipulate something that looked beautiful, but in all reality was detrimental. And if we continue in the verse, it says, so she took some of the fruit and ate it. Then she gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it too. At that moment, their eyes were opened, and they were suddenly felt shame at their nakedness. So they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves up. Once Eve was convinced that the tree would give her wisdom, Adam didn't need to be convinced, because once Eve was convinced that it was good, Adam didn't need no convincing, because if his wife gave him the fruit, he's just going to eat it. So from Eve being convinced, manipulated, and lied to from the enemy, it was actually transferred to another person. By her being convinced, it actually rubbed off on Adam and set himself up for failure before he even knew what he got his hands into. Since the enemy was able to distract Eve, it had a domino effect, and it ended up distracting Adam as well. And whenever Adam and Eve bit from that tree, that's when sin was introduced into the world. And in the later verses in the chapter, that's when God expressed that. So what am I telling you guys today? I'm looking at my calendar right now because it's right behind you guys. We're already mid-March. 2.5 months have already gone by. What I'm trying to share with you guys is that even though we're 3 months into the new year, don't allow the next 9 to be months filled of distractions. In the beginning of the video, I listed 6 areas in my life that I need to lock in on. And I myself am not perfect. From these 2.5 months, I can be honest with you guys and tell y'all that I haven't been locking in like how I should be. I've been locking in on a few days, but out of the 7 days of the week, I'm not locking in on all 7 days. And because of that, I'm ultimately hindering myself from where I am all the way to where I want to be because I'm not locking in. Whenever you lock a lock, it's locked. It's not half locked. It's not half open. It's all the way locked. In order for all of us in 2025 to go from where we are to where we want to be, we have to be fully locked in. So that means once you lock that lock, there's no opening it. Do not allow the next 9 months in 2025 to be months filled of distractions and full of months of you not locking in, because I want to achieve all my goals and dreams in 2025, and I want nothing less for all of you guys watching this today. If you have a dream in your heart, you may not have anybody by your side encouraging you and cheering you on, but trust me, man, I am. I know what it's like to have a dream, and I know what it's like to continue working towards it. It's not going to be easy whatsoever, but if you're able to lock in on where you currently are, no matter what your dreams are, you will get there if you lock in. The days are going by and we're not getting any younger. Lock in March, so whenever you enter into 2026, you'll be able to see that you are not the same. But I hope you guys enjoyed this message. Like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know what y'all thought of today's word. Let me know if you want me to run it back, because lock in is a very short phrase, but the message is huge. I have a big old list of notes for you guys that I didn't even get into all the way. So if you guys want to hear more about locking in, trust me, I can expand on this and I can easily make 3 to 4 more vids just on locking in alone. But I hope you guys have a good one whenever you're seeing this, and I'll see you guys on the next one, man. But always and forever, it's Dame. Dame ain't the same. I'm not the same. Telling you guys to go get yours.